And we are live. You know, never in my lifetime did I think that I was going to see the United States with closed borders with zero people crossing the border. It's like we were able to close it all this time and the politicians never did. And finally we get Trump on here. I mean, even Trump doesn't believe it. The fact that he's not done building the walls, but the borders are closed. In this episode, let's take a look at some of the reporting from Jesse Waters Primetime talking about it. And not only that, the biggest scandal in political history, the cover-up of Joe Biden. Who was the one using the auto pen to sign off on everything that he was doing? Because we all know it wasn't him. But that's just my belief. But in any case, welcome to Verbal on Life. My name is Noel. Let's take a look at Jesse Waters Primetime and give us some more news about politics because, hey, like I said, I still don't believe that we got zero people crossing the border. That just sounds unbelievable. But let's see what Trump got to say about that.
Welcome to Jesse Waters Primetime. Tonight,
call it democracy or call it democratic socialism, there must be a better distribution of wealth for all of God's children in this country.
Mr. Communist goes to Washington.
Get to know him. Get to know him.
The guy's got crocodile arms.
Yeah.
It's like
not picking up the check.
Not picking up the check. You don't have to pick it up all the time.
The Obamas rules for men.
Enough with sports.
Was President Joe Biden fit to exercise the duties of the president?
I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution.
The Biden cover-up continues. Plus,
you know, that last report was probably about getting rid of hip hop in cruises because they're shutting it down. That culture doesn't belong in cruises where there's regular people just trying to have fun.
AOC brought home a very special guy today and had him meet the whole family for brunch. Just one problem. He's kind of a communist. And his name is Zoran the Destroyer, but we'll call him Zoolander. AOC calls it love at first sight, but her house is divided.
Get to know him. Get to know him. You know, this is not about having any kind of hard line. I think that if anybody is skeptical, I would say get to know him. And once you get into a room with him, kick the tires yourself and make your own assessment instead of.
Can she be honest and just say this guy is a socialist? There's no room in this country for socialism. But you know what? She's talking like that. She must also be a socialist herself.
Of just kind of making assessments from what you may see on television.
The Latina from the Bronx just wants the fam to give her new work husband a chance. She knows it's a tough sell. Her last work husband pulled the fire alarm and her family says no mas. But AOC's got a thing for bad boys. Today, she snuck Zoolander into the house while everybody was still sleeping. She had him in a little room and pulled the shades down and had people come in one at a time. First up, the crazy aunt.
All right, everyone, I am here with Zoran Mamdani, who is the leading candidate for mayor in New York City. He has so many incredible firsts, but the thing I love about Zoran is what he is doing to lift up working people.
Whatever, Zoolander.
Here's my prediction. If that guy wins the New York City mayoral race, New York City is done. Everybody's going to get to see the chaos that having that guy in office will bring.
Did Aunt Jayapal worked. She said good guys are hard to find, but AOC is one lucky gal.
It's hard not to be won over because it's the combination of his authenticity, his smarts, and his commitment to lifting up working people and making life better for real folks that is really inspiring and not always easy to find.
Some Democrats couldn't even wait for the wedding. They were so excited that love was in the air.
You know, it's just beautiful to have someone who is so authentic. You know, that's money cannot buy that. And we had a great conversation.
Then AOC introduced him to Daddy. Dad's actually a bit of a socialist himself. He's been called a communist his whole life.
Yep.
So he has a soft spot for Zoolander. They hit it off immediately. Zoolander's the son Bernie's always wanted. Sources say Bernie recommended Moscow for the honeymoon. AOC wanted Mom to meet Zoolander too, but Pelosi wasn't around. We always knew Mom was going to be a problem. AOC's been on the phone with her all week. Mom, he's not really a communist. I swear, he's only a socialist. Pelosi's side of the family isn't really into communism. Mom's tried her whole life to keep the communists out of the house. Nancy broke her hip, and she's just not feeling up to it. Uncle Jeffries doesn't look like he's going to the wedding either.
Why are you not endorsing the guy that won the Democratic primary in a contested election in your backyard?
Because the guy's a maniac. He's saying he's a socialist. He's not going to win. If we support this guy, we look bad. How about saying that? Just be honest.
Well, I look forward to sitting down and talking to him. I didn't get involved in that primary election, and I don't know him well.
Hips don't lie. Hakeem's like, I don't really know the groom at all. I kind of liked her with Bowman. The whole house was a big pot of gossip. Is he really a communist? What's with the beard? I hear he hates Jews. Is that really true in New York? Aunt Kathy says, don't be panicking. If Bill and Hillary can stay together, we can get through this.
I've become the therapist in chief, it seems. So saying to everybody, we're going to be okay. Maybe it's the mom in me. I know how to calm down situations, and we'll get through this. You know, don't panic, everybody.
The house is torn, but people on the street are already voicing their objections. Zoolander was supposed to meet all the bankers yesterday, the guys who were supposed to pay for this wedding, and they bailed. Jamie Dimon was a no-show, and the only bankers who did go thought he dressed really well, but they just don't think he's good enough for their beautiful New York. And no, he's never going to change.
They heard a really charming, affable guy who was well prepared. He made jokes, he made self-deprecating jokes, but they did not hear someone who changed his policies. And so if you had concerns about his economic policies going into the meeting, you had the same concerns going out.
Zoolander doesn't show the kind of smarts and initiative that the family bankers are looking for.
I guess he knows what to say to win people over or to win politicians over and those people that voted for him. But hopefully more people are paying attention. And when they go vote, they realize that this maniac cannot win. I think it's up to the other candidates to point it out. And that hopefully people will listen to the fact that we do not need this guy. The man is an extreme left and it's really going to bring chaos to New York City. In my opinion. Let me know what you think. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. Let's keep listening.
She was disappointed, but she knew this was going to be an issue. So she sat him down and said, look, my family's spending a lot of money on this wedding. The whole river to the sea thing, that's not going to fly. We can have all the government-run grocery stores we want after the wedding. But for now, just say you're applying to business school. And remember, you're Indian, not black. Got it?
There's reporting out there that he isn't going to no longer use the term globalize the intifada, that he's going to suggest to other people to not use it as well. Do you think, first of all, what do you think of that?
I think in a way that it will calm fears and anxieties. He's a smart man. He'll do what he needs to do.
If Zoolander can just do what he needs to do until the ceremony on Election Day, he's got it in the bag. After that, he can do whatever he wants. He can grow out his beard, defund the police, freeze rent, legalize drugs, whatever. If Zoolander wants a big, fat freak wedding, he's going to have to behave because he hasn't been saving. He's still living off his parents.
I worked until January, and then I took time away from my job. And one of the major reasons I could do so was because I knew that if I ran out of my savings, my family would be able to support me.
The groom's father is a nutty professor at Columbia, and his mother is a Bollywood filmmaker. And wait until you see his best man. That's Omar. He's running for Minneapolis mayor and wants to build a big, beautiful bridge to Somalia. He says Caucasians look like terrorists, and he hates ICE.
Protect our city from a hostile White House. Protecting all of our communities from Donald Trump means not letting MPD interact with ICE, whether it's for an immigration raid or not.
Zoolander's side of the family's freaking out. I mean, the whole side is. They never thought this is what the next generation would look like. but they're putting on a brave face.
I think the party is moving more in a socialist direction. You know what? Is the party moving more in a socialist direction? It's a question by the media to try to stigmatize the Democratic Party. Every member of Congress runs in a district that is unique, and we all can learn from each other. We are a party that has a big tent.
They should stop worrying about their tent and start worrying about their polls. Democrats' approval rating just hit a new low. Only 19% approve. You know who's more popular than that? Biden. Democrats are going backwards, and the cream of the crop not rising to the top. AOC raised more money than anyone in the Democrat caucus. You know who was number two? Her maid of honor, Crockett. So if anyone tries to crash the wedding and break up the big, beautiful ceremony, AOC is just going to take her big, beautiful wad of cash and
you know, we need two strong parties with strong candidates. So like that, we could choose among the best. Here we are just choosing between a good candidate and this maniac. What are we doing? Is this the best New York got to offer? A socialist? Crazy.
Because the heart wants what the heart wants. The original Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort, joins me now. All right, Jordan, so these bankers, half of them didn't even show up to the meeting with this communist, and the ones that did show up, they were appalled. What do you think New York thinks of this guy?
Well, listen, I'll tell you a great story back. I'm a New Yorker, right? So let me start with New York, then I'll talk about D.C. here. But, you know, back when I was in public school, 6th grade, right, I was a campaign manager. My best friend was running for class president, right? So we worked on our campaign, our slogans, right? You know, what could we give? Oh, you know, we're going to have, you know, maybe better school lunches, after school activities, you know, stuff like that, right? And he went up and gave his speech and everyone clapped like, wow, this is going pretty good. Then the opponent, some girl gets up and she's like, if you elect me, there's going to be chocolate milk coming out of the water fountains. We're going to have no more homework, ice cream sundaes after lunch. We're going to have half days on Fridays, and that's going to be it. And I'm going to make sure that everyone gets, and everyone went wild. I'm like, I think I'm going to vote for her. And like, you know, but here's the thing, you know, free this, free that. This guy is making statements and promises that he can't keep 90% of them. And the ones that he could actually implement would be so destructive to New York that it would literally turn the clock back to the 70s when New York was an absolute cesspool disaster. You couldn't take the train without getting mugged. And it changed when Giuliani came in. You could love him or hate him. When Giuliani came in, he was an incredible mayor, cleaned up the streets, lifestyle crimes, and it trickled up, murders dropped, robberies dropped, right? So, and again, this guy's talking about worse stuff than that. He's not driving the tax base out of New York. What, are the businesses going to stay if he puts an 11% corporate tax on? No, the businesses are going to flee.
Right.
Right.
So
and it's
Belfort,
just like,
so he's been making the same promises that communists have been making since Karl Marx wrote his little book. And the people in Washington should know better that you don't have a guy that promises that can't deliver. This is old history, man.
The problem is that under communism, the only people that actually prosper are the politicians.
Right.
And their friends. So for them, it's all about a power grab. It's a money grab. And at the end of the day, the people that suffer are the ones that voted for the communists. It's a system that simply does not work. Everywhere it goes, it creates bankruptcy, despair, crime, suppression, oppression. It's an absolute disaster. I'll tell you another.
We need another Giuliani, man. When he was mayor, I was in the city and I saw it get better. It went from being scary, just going outside, to now things are a little bit more calm, a little bit more peaceful. All right. Well, they have patting people down, checking people. They had everything, man, just taking people down.
Story. So I actually went to the Czech Republic in 1994 when they were privatizing the economy. And I went there to try to take a company public there, right? And when I got there, they took me to this one company named Modikov that had 120,000 employees when they needed 2,000 to run the business. They had 120, and they were trying to fire 198, over 100,000 people are trying to fire to try to downsize, right? And the country was in complete ruins. It was in tatters, right? I was in the Czech Republic 3 months ago, and it's like a crown jewel again. Communism, socialism destroys everything it touches. It destroys the people. It destroys their morale. It destroys their soul. It's literally the most toxic thing. And by the way, it's almost like there's an infection in DC right now. And this infection needs to be, destroyed now. And it's not just antibiotics. It needs chemotherapy. That's how toxic this infection is.
Right, but it's growing. It first started with the Squad, and then they took out a few Squad people because they basically said they hated the Jews, so they got doged. But this thing looks like it's metastasizing. It's moving over to San Francisco, LA, Minneapolis. This guy looks like a pirate. He says he's going to abolish ICE. Yeah. And now the crown jewel of the country, the financial capital of the world, is going to welcome in this guy? Is this really happening?
Yeah. I'm still hoping that smarter heads prevail here. Because I literally can. I have a lot of friends that live in New York and have businesses in New York, and they all say that if he gets elected, they are leaving. They are leaving. They're builders. They're owners of large companies.
New York could do better, man. They could do way better than getting a communist to get in there. And as a matter of fact, I can't believe that he's running, number one, and number two, that the Democratic Party are going along with him. We live in some crazy times, man. And if he wins, Donald Trump is going to just have fun making fun of him and New York City.
Very large employers, they will not stay. And by the way, he wants to open up city-run supermarkets. So he's going to put all the bodegas out of business. I mean, what he's saying is outlandish. And he's going to freeze rents. Oh, wait, so you'll have they're going to take apartment buildings, right? And they're going to turn to lower rent disasters that won't be maintained. People are going to live in squalor. There'll be crime everywhere. And he also wants to get rid of the police and replace them with social workers and no cash bail. These things have been proven in every city, in every country. They don't work. They create disaster areas, disaster zones. People flee other countries to come to the United States to get away from that. And it's shocking to me what's happening.
Belfort, I just wish I was on that trip to the Czech Republic with you back in '94, because I know that would have been one hell of a time, my man. Good to see you.
It was quite a time, Jesse.
It's good to see you, if you can even remember. Obama went on Michelle's podcast and gave his rules for men, and they are absolutely ridiculous.
It almost feels like this guy is a test case to show people how bad communism is, right? Maybe the young people or a lot of people need the experience. They need to see it. Even though the older people who know better, they know the chaos that communism is going to bring, what socialism is going to bring to the city. And it's the main city of this country. One of the biggest cities here. So if this guy gets in, it's going to be a bad test run to tell other ones, whatever you do, don't vote for communists again, because this ain't going to work. This is not going to work. But let me know what you think. Comment down below. By the way, give this video a thumbs up before you go anywhere. Let me fast forward the commercials and get to the next section of the show. All right, here we go.
The last 2 decades, calling men toxic and shipping their jobs overseas. And now they're asking, where did all the men go? Obama's trying to save the party he destroyed, so he's on a manhunt. But there's one problem. The brothers don't listen to him anymore. So he's trying to transition boys into girls. Barack's got his own rules for men. But these are the rules that made men leave the party in the first place. Barry says, guys don't always have to be the providers, as long as they talk about their feelings.
A lot of male identity and status was tied up with being a provider, having a job, doing a good job, coming home. And when folks started losing jobs because of deindustrialization and offshoring, you had a bunch of men suddenly feeling lost because their identity had been so wrapped up in
one thing,
which was being a provider. And so part of what we have to do is, as men, take responsibility for figuring out how to talk about and share feelings.
We wouldn't have to talk about our feelings if Obama didn't send our jobs to China. Do you know how we feel about that, by the way? Angry. That's why we voted Trump. But Barack doesn't just want you on the couch. He's telling guys to put down the baseball and pick up a playbill.
They have to be able to learn how to be more than just the sport that they care about. And while they get great skills in sports and they learn a whole lot of traits,
teamwork,
I think we owe it to our boys to be very deliberate about saying enough with sports and let's try some other things.
So sometimes it's just a matter of, saying to our boys, you being interested in art and you being interested in, theater, that's cool.
Beta male, what are you trying to feminize men?
Get off the field and go to an art gallery. And when you do go, bring a gay friend.
I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't out of line, who became one of my favorite professors. You need that to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your
gay. That sounds so gay from Obama.
Friend group, so that if you then have a boy who's gay or non-binary or what have you, they have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not alone in this.
When I was growing up, gay friends we used to make fun of them. Yo, you gay. Son, you mad gay. And now we got to hang out with them? Get out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't have to date your gay friend. But when you do date girls, Obama says you don't always have to pay. Make them pay.
We joke that, talking to Malay and Sasha, sometimes they go out with their friends and, they're in a group and the guy's got crocodile arms, It's like
not picking up the check.
Not picking up the check. And it's like, okay, you don't have to pick it up all the time. But if you're never picking it up,
right,
that's a problem.
Says something about
that guy is smart. These are millionaires, multi-millionaires. Why in the hell would anybody else pay the tab? How about you're a millionaire? Don't even talk about bills. Just pay it. You rich, beyond rich.
Following Obama's rules for men isn't easy. That's why he's glad he didn't have a son.
I think we did a pretty good job of raising our girls. But I've said often that I think I would have had more difficulty raising a son.
I agree.
Because I think I might have been more judgmental, harder.
If Obama had a son, he'd probably vote Trump.
You're supposed to be judgmental and harder. Raise a tough kid. That's it. A grown-ass man. That's who you're raising. So you can't be all nice and make him color and get gay friends.
Because boys rebel against dads like that. If this is how Democrats think they're going to win back men, they're never going to win again. Stop playing sports, talk about your feelings, go to the theater with gays, make women pick up the check. When this guy was president, he golfed, played basketball, smoked cigs, killed bin Laden. Now he goes on his wife's podcast, crosses his legs, and says he's glad he didn't have a son. What has Michelle done to him? Author of the New York bestseller, Best Self, Be You, Only Better, and celebrity life coach, Mike Bayer. All right, Mike, not what I expected to hear from Barack Obama. Do you agree with Rules for Men, the Barack edition?
Oh, man.
No.
Well, the saying, opinions are like noses. We all have them. I mean, providing isn't toxic. It's masculine. That's not outdated. That's called being a grown-up. Telling a man to stop identifying as a provider is like telling a lion to eat tofu for dinner. It just doesn't land. So you're not a man just because you age. You're a man because you take ownership, you take action. And I'm not sure why we're not talking about that.
What about not going to play sports all the time. I mean, guys love sports, especially when you're young, because you actually get playing time and your body doesn't ache everywhere.
Sports are yeah, sports are amazing for boys. I mean, what would they do during recess? I mean, they would, I guess, have a book club, make scented candles. I mean, what would they do? It's amazing for energy. All research has shown that boys who are involved in sports, they develop resilience, leadership.
Like, I make my son do 100 push-ups a day after school. Come on now, we got to push. We need strong young men. What the hell are we doing?
They learn how to be a part of a team. They learn discipline, and they stay out of trouble. So I'm not sure what the plan is if we're keeping boys out of sports. I'm not sure what the plan would be.
And, you know, we don't have anything against gay friends or going to the theater, although personally I hate going to the theater, but I'm not going to judge you if you go to the theater with a gay friend. I just don't remember thinking about who was gay when I was in middle or high school. It's like these kinds of messages to young kids just seems off.
Yeah, Jesse, I'm not much of a theater guy either. I think I've been maybe once. But, you know, look, I mean, I don't know. There's gay people that are good. There's gay people that are bad. There's all sorts of different people in the world. So I'm not sure why we're overgeneralizing that everyone needs to have gay friends when
what about splitting the bill?
Different.
I mean, this is kind of one of those chivalry 101 deals. Men usually pay. You should always pay. Even when girls offer, it's cute. You say, no, I got it.
Yeah, is that not happening with the Obama kids? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, I guess like because Malia and Sasha are worth like $500 million. So the guys are like, yeah, can you get this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be normal, no? I mean, I would think that if you're the Obama kids, you're going to be stuck paying the bill.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, this isn't really the message for men. I mean, usually men, especially in the courting phase, from what I remember, usually pick up the check.
Yeah, men usually pick up the check, and I think that makes a lot of sense. And look, I've worked with thousands of men across the country for over 2 decades. I have a treatment center in Los Angeles and in Colorado. I have a ton of coaches that have worked for me and worked with others. And I can tell you that boys need strong men in their life. They need leadership. They need someone they can look up to. And they need a mentor. And so I think by having those types of people in your life, they also know how to court women.
Mm-hmm. It all plays together. We're going to send you a new client. His name's Johnny. We'll talk after the show. Thank you so much.
It sounds good. Thank you, Jeff.
Dr. Jill's work husband testifies about the Biden cover-up.
So that you saw Barack Obama, man, extra feminine, unnecessarily. Plus, part of the reason a lot of men went to Trump, you saw tough finding a grown man in office running the White House, not these beta males who are just slowly destroying this country. And it's obvious. So Obama, the poor guy, didn't do anything when he was president, made things worse. And now with this podcast, incredible, ridiculous. If you're still watching, remember to give this video a thumbs up, give it a like. And my name is Noel, here trying to show you guys videos and give you guys my opinion. All right, let me go past the commercials. Take a look.
How do you feel about this investigation? Do you have any thoughts?
Work husband.
Mr. Bernal,
She got
last
a work
question.
husband?
Can I just get a reaction to the New York Times interview Joe Biden gave?
Jill's work husband might be mute, but not Hunter. He's making some noise. He just recorded a podcast and he's spilling his guts on his daddy's coup. It's juicy. And we'll have that tape tomorrow. Illegal border crossings are so low, even Trump doesn't believe it.
We achieved the most secure border in U.S. history. And last month, we had the lowest number of illegal border crossings ever recorded. We had in June, the number was actually 0. Now, even I don't believe that, but we're going to take it. How can you go from hundreds of thousands to 0? But that's what they say. And these are very liberal people that do the recording. So I think we're going to have to take it.
The border is officially closed. And if the migrants don't want to get iced, it's time to self-deportar.
I've literally never felt anxiety the way that I have in the last few years here.
So you are saying bye to the U.S. for good?
For good, yeah. Yeah, for good.
Look how healthy those two are. Thank you, America. These are beyond healthy individuals. Dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner was never lost at their house. Jesus. They got enough food to go anywhere around the world.
Good.
Fearful of President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown, Sasha, her husband Julio, and their 3 kids are leaving behind the life they built together.
There was an executive order being signed, and that was her call for, said, like, what do you think?
Why didn't he marry her, who looks like a U.S. citizen, and automatically turns you into a U.S. citizen or a legal migrant? And you were here for over 10 years? Help me make sense. What took so long?
About moving to Mexico. And I said, honestly, at this point, yeah, let's do it.
The hombre used to joke about ICE with his wife, and they're not laughing anymore.
When you were dating, did your status as being undocumented come up at all?
On our first date, we kind of like were mentioning it without mentioning it. And at one point he ordered a drink and he asked for extra ice. And I said, no, we don't do ice here. And he was like, That was like the only thing we needed to say.
The Pittsburgh dad saw what happened to the Maryland dad and said, adios.
They were confronted with their worst nightmare when Gilmar Abreu Garcia was mistakenly deported to a notorious mega prison in El Salvador.
I can see myself in that, and I don't want us to wait until we're in the same situation.
And if you're a good hombre and haven't committed any crimes besides crossing the border illegally, when you do self-deport, you can wait in line and come back the legal way. But the cities that you used to live in might look a little different after Trantifa is done with them. In Portland, icebreakers are still going loco.
White ball cap. Use your words wiser, babies.
In Rhode Island, ICE arrested Ivan the Terrible Neighbor. He's MS-13. Democrats say their neighbor was kidnapped and are calling for a major investigation. Not into Ivan, but into the local police, who I guess people are saying they helped ICE.
I believe that Providence police have a duty and an obligation to protect our community, and that means our entire community.
While I am grateful that there is an investigation, I have serious concerns even of the perception that Providence police is partnering, working with, in any way, supporting the activities of ICE.
If it was up to the Democrats, ICE would be deported. Eric Swalwell says ICE agents are the real criminals. And it would be a real shame if one of them got hurt.
These ICE agents running around our communities like masked bank robbers, terrorizing women, they're going to get themselves hurt. And I hope that doesn't happen. I hope.
These are some bad messaging from politicians, people at the top, sending out these messages, getting the regular people to go up against federal agents. We live in some crazy times.
Every state that is able to, and every community that is able to, unmasks ICE with their policies. No other law enforcement agency in America runs around our communities masked. It's time that we unmask ICE.
ICE agents aren't bank robbers. They're the ones busting the bank robbers. We're taking out the worst first, with a little layover at Alligator Alcatraz, which, as far as prisons go, is pretty spiffy. The Democrats who toured it even admit it's pristine.
I got to tell you, a clean cage is still a cage. And at the end of the day, in this facility, we have 32 men being crammed in each cage. We brought a thermometer in there, was about 84, 85 degrees.
Wow.
Of course, in the hot Florida sun. They spent $450 million of our money on a damn internment camp in the middle of the Everglades.
Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy and Homeland Security Advisor Stephen Miller. Is there an internment camp in the Everglades, Miller? There is an ICE facility that provides a far superior level of housing and accommodation than is available to millions of Americans who are living in Section 8 housing and other low-income areas of our own blighted cities, like Baltimore, like Detroit, like Chicago. How many Americans are living in abominable conditions compared to the pristine conditions of our ICE facilities and our Border Patrol facilities? Look, at every turn, illegal aliens have always been treated better than Americans. The difference is, in this administration, they're getting a ticket out of America so that we can take care of our own people. Do you have any idea how many resources will be opened up for Americans when the illegals are gone? No more waiting in line at an emergency room. No more massive traffic in Los Angeles. Your health insurance premiums go down. Your public school classroom size will shrink dramatically. They have more time to educate every student. You won't have to compete for public benefits. If you're down in your luck, you're having a hard time, and you do need to get support from the government, you're not going to be in line behind millions of illegal aliens from the third world. This is going to be such a gift to the quality of life of everyday Americans, Jesse. It's hard to even express the wonders that await for working people. Well, I mean, you had me at no traffic in LA. If you guys can get that message broadcast loud and clear over there, I mean, I think you'll have a lot of those people in LA saying adios themselves. When you're hearing stories, Miller, about people self-deporting, what do we know about how many people have decided to just pack up and leave themselves? Well, based on the labor force data, so as you know, under the Biden administration, all job growth on net since Biden came into office went to foreigners, e.g., they went to the migrants. Under Trump, all job gains have gone to Americans. Looking at labor force data, we believe there's already been 1 million self-deportations. Wow. So we are well on our way here. If we stay the course, Jess.
Okay, my internet is messed up.
And if illegal aliens understand the consequences of staying versus the opportunities of leaving, we're going to see millions and millions more self-deportations. Because if you stay, here's the consequences. You face sudden arrest, sudden deportation. You face the potential garnishment of all of your income, all of your wages, the loss of your property, incarceration and imprisonment for immigration and other crimes. If you choose to self-deport, you can go back home. You do have the opportunity to apply for legal entry if you wish to do so in the future, and you're going to get a $1,000 check on your way out. So this is a very clear choice. And we're seeing over 1 million legal aliens are clearly choosing just to go back to their countries. But look, at the end of the day, what this really comes down to is this, Jesse. Who lives in your country determines what your country is, right? Haiti doesn't work as a country. Like, it just doesn't. People have tried forever. People spent billions of dollars trying to make Haiti work as a project. Haiti doesn't work. If you take Haiti and you move it to America, it's not going to work here. Somalia doesn't work as a country, has never worked as a country. You take Somalia out of Somalia, you put it here, it's not going to work any better. It's not about how you feel about an individual immigrant. It's about the policy at a systemic scale. If you move the third world to the first world, eventually we become the third world. And that's not good for us. It's not good for anybody who wants to live here in the future. All right, Stephen Miller breaking it all down. Thank you so much. Good to see you. We don't have time for Rules for Men. We'll get to that next time. I know you got a lot. Yes. Thanks, my friend. All right. Well, Jesse's Rules for Men, we have a new one.
A lot of people don't like Stephen Miller because he spits the truth. And it's the hard truth. A lot of people take it to the heart. It hurts, but he's honest. Somalia, ain't nobody leaving America to go to Somalia, to go to Haiti, to go to any other country. This is it. There is nowhere to go. So you got to like America, or the best thing you could do is help improve it, not mess it up. So Stephen Miller, give a shout out to Stephen Miller for speaking the truth and just being honest. And all these other people that are coming from other countries and try to destroy America to make it like their country, man, that's crazy. All right, let's fast forward here. Check it out.
She was giving him a pedicure. Do you think this is...
Hold on.
Oh, it was like the Gutfeld show.
Yeah, he does bits. First of all, I do love the bill, tax on tips. A lot of the women I dated work for tips, as you know. But if you're going to do the Trump, he's got to do the hands. No one does the hands. The hands matter.
The hands do matter.
Hands. And there's the thing about the Trump hands that I love, and it's the reason you have to commend him for this. Trump's the only man in history who invented a dance for a song that already had a dance. Everybody you know did YMCA. This guy's like, nah, we do the hands now.
And Joe Biden can't spell YMCA.
No chance.
Let me go here. Everyone is talking about Love Island, especially you, Jimmy. He's insisting we cover this. It's where a bunch of single people live in a villa and they couple up and try not to get dumped.
I was getting these kisses on the body and the neck, and I'm not going to lie, it made me want more.
Damn.
Who are these beautiful women? We don't know, but we would like to get to know them. Are we in trouble? No. Will we get in trouble? Maybe.
So I haven't seen this, but a lot of people are watching it, and I'm hearing some guys are watching Love Island by themselves.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Well, here's the deal. In their defense, those guys have nothing to do now because Pride Month's over. Okay? Ladies, straight men don't watch dating shows alone. They might watch them because you like them and they're trying to shag you.
You know, the worst thing that will be if those women are actually men that identify as women. That'll be the worst case nightmare.
But if you meet a single guy who watches dating shows alone, ladies, you're going to be a bachelorette soon. There's no reason for this. None. And I didn't watch this. I watched the original Love Island, but they told me the guy hosting it hung himself, and I'm never going to find out who was in it.
He did not kill himself. Next up, actor Dave Franco and his girlfriend Allison Brie. They were caught getting intimate in the park, but not that kind of intimate. She was giving him a pedicure. Do you think this is appropriate?
No, but to be clear, the weirdo is whoever's working that camera. Whether they hired a cameraman, that makes you weird, but if it's a stranger, that's even weirder. But the one thing I will tell you, Waters, is Jenny, my wife would do this.
She would.
My wife, this is the thing, man. Have you ever gone to the zoo and you've seen how like the gorilla pulls a bug off the other gorilla and eats it? The longer you're married, the more you become that. When you're married a year, your wife goes, hey, you got something on your cheek. When you're married 20, she wipes it off and goes, you had something on your cheek.
You know what my wife still hates, though? Putting suntan lotion on my back.
She didn't do that.
She does it, but she doesn't love it.
Is it the tramp stamp that upsets her?
It's the tramp stamp.
I can't believe it to get this removed.
Oh, my God. Finally, Trump's making soda great again. Posting today this, I have been speaking to Coca-Cola about using real cane sugar in Coke here in the U.S., and they have agreed to do so. I'd like to thank all of those in authority at Coca-Cola. This will be a very good move by them. You'll see. It's just better. Isn't this what Mexican Coke has?
I was just going to say that. It is consequentially better. Mexican Coke, if you go to a bodega or a bogada, as Jill...
You can really say that Trump is everywhere, even in Coca-Cola. Are you serious?
Biden called. You remember she called it a bogada?
Bogada.
Mexican Coke is made with pure sugar. It is absolutely positively better. I don't even care about the health thing, okay? Now, historically speaking, they did have pure Coke in the last White House, if we're going to get technical, but they had it in a locker, not a soda machine. This is a win.
Did they actually 100 years ago have cocaine in Coke?
They say that. I don't know if that's an urban myth or not, you know, but for real.
There's a lot of urban myths on Primetime.
There's a lot of stuff out. This is a big week for that right now.
Release the files, Coca-Cola.
No, I love that. When are we going to get the big, beautiful list of Coca-Cola files? But it's good. Listen, everybody's like, well, you can't tell me what the benefits are between high fructose corn syrup. I don't care. I just want to drink a better soda. If they're both going to kill you, wouldn't you at least want to be killed by the better one?
I just want to say a prayer to Jimmy's wife for doing his toenails.
And not in a good way. Like, she has no background in this sort of thing. My wife will cut a toe. She'll cut Lincoln's toenails. He hates it, but it's just a thing she does.
Does she use a saw?
No, she's straight up. She's old school. She gets out like she's giving you a pedicure. Hits you on the palm, asks you why you don't have a boyfriend. It's very spa.
Did you see Obama's new rules for men? Don't play sports. Take your gay friends to the theater and let the women pay for dinner.
Yeah, but you know what ultimate rule for men he broke? Don't go on your wife's podcast.
Exactly.
What a cry for help that was.
Rule number one, never go on your wife's podcast. It's never good. Jimmy?
The best.
Good to see you. Let's pray for his wife. More prime time straight ahead.
All right. We're going to leave it there with more political news. As you can see, Trump is everywhere. Even in Coca-Cola, deporting all the illegals, making peace all around the world. Trump is just amazing. The man is everywhere, and we got to be honest about it. So let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up. But Jesse Waters Primetime, man, I love the reporting that he does because you don't get that in regular media. This is stuff that you don't see in regular stream media, and that's why podcasts and other streams got to talk about it and got to be honest. And the whole Obama, it just goes to show that that the left-wing Democrats, they don't have a foot to stand on, man. Just beta males doing dumb things, and none of them are being good role models for men. So what are we going to do about that? They got to do something to pull off a strong candidate on the left-wing side. So right now, they're looking at AOC, and then that communist guy in New York. He's not running for president of the United States, but he's running for the mayor of New York City. So if he wins, it's going to be insane. But we got to respect it. But let me know what you think. I am here at Verbal on Life, trying to create a show, bring you guys the latest news that you're not going to get on mainstream media. Give you guys my comments on what I think. And we are living in some crazy times where we got zero border crossing. We are living in the Trump golden age. My friends hate hearing that from me. I'm from New York City, from Harlem. And my friend cannot stand it when I say the Trump golden age, because that's what it is. We got to be honest and not fake it. But with that said, I'm going to come back tomorrow. You guys remember to come back, give this video a thumbs up, and see you on the next one. Peace.